I'm Greg Tepper. That's Greg Powers. This is This Week
in Recruiting.
I like the build-up there.
It's This Week in Recruiting with Greg Powers and Next Level Athlete. Follow him on Twitter at GPowersScout. Follow Next Level Athlete on Twitter, Next Level D1. See his fine work at TexasFootball.com/recruiting. And, of course, this segment is brought to you by our good chicken friends at Chicken Express.
That would hit right
Chicken
now.
Express.
Yeah, and I knew when we talked about it, I'm already hungry. Like, I'm really thinking about Chicken Express already. So
Can I? We're in the trust tree, right? Nobody's watching
Yeah.
this.
No.
Nobody's hearing this. So, this is last week. In a moment of weakness, I was on the way home, and Chicken Express was not open, but there was another chicken finger place that was open. And I went to this other chicken finger place. Okay? I'm not proud of it. And let me tell you,
It probably just made you even more sad.
it really did. It didn't hit the same. And they're fine. They're fine. But I was just like,
It's not happiness in
not
a
the
yellow
same.
box.
It's not the same. Yeah. Like, they handed me the chicken strips, and I was like,
I've committed a sin.
dry,
what have I done?
dusty chicken tendies when you could have had the juicy.
The other thing was, and this is a small thing and certainly not great for the bottom line of Chicken Express, but like whenever you order the 4 chicken tender, meal, you get exactly 4 chicken tenders.
Ugh,
Whereas Chicken Express is
disgusting.
just like 4-ish.
Yeah.
Minimum 4. And like really what's
We
happening whenever you
might
order that?
put
is there's
7
like,
in there.
like how many times? I would say about half the time I get an extra tendy.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
They're generous. Those generous folks at Chicken Express.
the extra one's always the best one
Oh,
too.
it
I don't know
absolutely
why
is.
it tastes so
It-
You
it-
open
good.
up that box and you're just like,
Well, and honest to God, half the time you're reaching full density, full capacity of your gut, and you're like, but there's a 5th one. I've got to eat it.
gotta get it. Gotta have it.
It's always delicious. It really is. I don't know if it's because it just like gets tempered down to the right temperature.
it.
You know what I mean?
Might be
Like
it.
by the time you eat it, because those first ones are like piping hot.
I know. Yeah, and then it's just like, anyway, we love you, Chicken Express.
Mm,
As you
I
can
am
tell.
hungry. Like
As you
I
can
am
tell. By the way,
actually hungry, too.
I should just tell people that like the only thing that they pay for is for us to mention that it's Chicken Express.
They do not
All
pay
of
for
this
all of this.
is genuine.
it's love.
It's This Week in Recruiting with Greg Powers and Next Level Athlete. Let's start with our prospect on the rise. Our prospect on the rise, we're going to Frisco to talk about Frisco Reedy's 2023 senior wide receiver, Caleb Smith, who it was a twofer here. He decommitted from Texas Tech, and he picked up an offer from Notre Dame. It is hard not to feel like those two things are connected. This is a guy who's been a huge part of a dream run here for Frisco Reedy, rolling into the playoffs undefeated.
Yeah, and really having a chance to see him get better and better with each and every rep his senior season. Like he's really good. They use him in the return game. They use him in the slot. I think he's a guy who operates really well in space, and that's what makes him so special. I think he can play on the outside, but I like him as a guy in the slot at the next level, even though he possesses 6-foot size, because you want to get him the ball and let him make some moves, make defenders miss, and he has some really good speed to be able to cash in long touchdown plays. And the coaches over there really feel good about his character as well, which honestly a Notre Dame offer usually kind of speaks to good academics and good character in general.
Yeah, they don't have the same academic standards as like a Rice or like
Right.
an Ivy or something like that, but they're pretty high up there.
Yeah, and Texas Tech did a really good job in the evaluation of him to get him on that commitment list. A guy who I really, honestly, at the time that he committed to Texas Tech, didn't know a whole lot about. He didn't have he was one of those guys who didn't have accessible public highlight film, so you had to see him in a camp or go out and see him for yourself to see what he was really all about. But he has bloomed as a prospect this season. Tough break for Texas Tech, but it looks like Notre Dame's going to be able to pick up one from the Lone Star State late here in the recruiting process. And of course, they've got a commitment from Braylon James at Round Rock Stony Point as well. So heading down to the Lone Star State to look for their talent at the wide receiver position right now.
They're making some moves, are those Irish, so keep an eye on them. Let's continue on with our commit of the week. Our commit of the week might as well be the flip of the week.
It's Colton Vasek week.
It's Colton Vasek
It
week.
is.
Let's talk about Colton Vasek, the star defensive end for Austin Westlake. He was an Oklahoma commit. He is now a Texas commit. He has flipped the Red River there. We have him as the number 34 prospect in the DCTF Hot 100. He's a menace, and this is if you are Texas, like getting Colton Vasek is excellent. Flipping him from Oklahoma has to feel even sweeter.
Yeah, no doubt about it. We've kind of talked about Austin Westlake a lot too, as it relates to how the University of Texas recruits that program, and they really turned up the heat there. They signed 3 guys from the program last season, and now they have a commitment from Vosick. They're in the game for Jaden Greathouse as well, another Notre Dame commitment, from the Lone Star State. Just kind of keep on that same trend. They're going to be fighting for him down the stretch, and I don't want to overshadow the commitment of Vosick. He's a 5-star-esque type talent. So this is a huge commitment because they need to have these types of guys up front. But I'll let it hang on this. Compare him to Aiden Hutchinson. I mean, and that's really all that you need to say.
That's very
right?
high praise.
So that's my NFL comparison for Vosick. But to kind of just transition into what this week has been like and what the next few weeks are going to be like on the recruiting trail, it's decommit season. And there's a lot of forward momentum right now in Austin. Anthony Hill decommitted from Texas A&M. We'll get more on that later. Javian Toviano is taking an unofficial visit to Texas this weekend. Peyton Bowen is taking an unofficial visit to Texas this weekend. Colin Simmons will be in Austin for the game against TCU.
So they better beat the Horned Frogs.
Yeah, big. I don't get caught up on wins and losses in recruiting. I think it can be catastrophic, like we're seeing in College Station a little bit right now when it seems like the wheels are kind of falling off. That negative connotation can hurt you when you're recruiting like these top tier guys. But a lot of times you can use that to your advantage if you lose a close game and it's a competitive game and you say, you could have been the guy that was the difference for us here. That's a strong recruiting pitch if that guy's on campus. It's like if we had you in our jersey, then we would have won.
Right. Absolutely. It's very, very interesting to that this is that time of year where you should pay attention to recruiting all year round. But if you're only going to pay attention for like a certain amount of time, now would be the time to check in because you're really getting into to cutting time, so to speak.
And it's really changed too with the early signing period, right? The first couple years we kind of eased into it. People really didn't know how to deal with it, and now it's just like the old signing period where all this stuff is happening in the lead up to what's coming in the middle of December.
Yeah, I think that it'll be a lot of fun to watch this thing kind of close down. It's This Week in Recruiting with Greg Powers, Next Level Athlete, here on Texas Football Today. Get involved in the conversation, hashtag TF Today. Let's roll on to our underclassmen of the week. Our underclassmen of the week is Katie Tompkins, junior offensive tackle Ashton Funk, an objectively excellent offensive lineman name. And he is an objectively excellent offensive lineman who is now committed to the Texas A&M Aggies. He had offers from all over. We've got him as a DCTF 4-star. Is this a left tackle? Like, did the Aggies just pick up a left tackle?
He plays left tackle for his high school team. I kind of like him as a right tackle offensive guard. I think right tackle would really fit him well. The one thing I really like about his game is how under control he plays. He has that nasty finish, but he's technique sound. He doesn't overextend himself. He doesn't get out of position. He secures the blocks that he's supposed to make, and then he has those highlight-worthy blocks that make him a 4-star. And when there's some negative things happening in the 2023 cycle for Texas A&M, it's really nice to turn to a guy who is a Texas A&M legacy recruit and be able to add him to the list in 2024. So some good news on the recruiting trail still at Texas A&M this week as they were able to secure a commitment from one of the best offensive linemen in the 2024 class in Ashton Funk. He had offers from everybody, Alabama, LSU, Oklahoma, Stanford, and more. So he's not only a guy who the big dogs want, he's a guy who the top academic institutions want, so a well-rounded guy.
Yeah, Katy ISD doing work down there in Katy ISD of late, and this is another big pickup there for A&M as they add to their 2024 class. So that's some really good news for A&M.
Yep.
Really good news. Give A&M their flowers. Outstanding pickup from Ashton Funk. Hard divider. Let's get to our recruit of the week. Our recruit of the week is Denton Ryan linebacker Anthony Hill. Anthony Hill has decommitted from Texas A&M. This is a DCTF 5-star. We've got him as the number 2 prospect in the state of Texas in the class of 2023, and he is visiting Texas this week for the TCU game. So a little bit of a mixed bag there, let's say, for A&M.
He's a bad boy. Look at him.
He was. So
Dude,
let me
if
tell
they
you about
could
him.
Flip 5 stars from Oklahoma and A&M in 1 week. Austin might go on fire.
As a junior last year at Denton Ryan, I think he had an argument to being the best player in the state as a junior. And now he's still a menace out there at linebacker for Denton Ryan.
Well, I've made the case all year that, our top 2 guys are David DJ Hicks or David Hicks Jr. and Anthony Hill. And to me, they're
1 and 1A?
1A and 1B or 1A and 1A. Yeah, like, it's really close. They're really talented. I love the way that Hill attacks and slashes to the ball, and he really knows how to finish. He's been on the radar there a long time.
He plays violently.
Yeah, he's a violent dude. I mean, but you really just don't. It's like a highlight clip that you really don't have to break down. Like, anybody could see his talent. It's not. Just watch it. It is what it is.
Yeah.
But on the recruiting front, that's the interesting story. So he did decommit from Texas A&M. They're facing some adversity right now, on the field and on the recruiting trail. But he's taking a visit to Texas this weekend. And he was down.
So is the whole state.
Yeah, and he was down to a top 2 of Texas and Texas A&M when he committed to the Aggies. Is that
Are you reading some tea leaves?
Is that an indication of what might happen? He did take official visits to Alabama, Oklahoma, and USC, so those were programs that he was high on. But he had a final 2 of Texas A&M, and he decommitted from Texas A&M. Could the Aggies still be in it? Yes. We don't see that happen very often. I got to think that I would put him in the Texas strong lean category right now. So could be more good news coming in Austin. And I got to think if they were to pull this one off, as Pickle was kind of it's a party down there.
This would be a real coup. This would be a real coup if they were to pry away Anthony Hill, because he's a menace. He's a menace.
Well, we all knew Sark was going to do a great job recruiting on the offensive side of the ball. If he can start to do this on the defensive side of the ball, wow, watch out for what we have, in the future there in Austin.
Watch out for what Greg Powers has at TexasFootball.com/recruiting, our recruiting analyst. Follow him on Twitter at GPowerScout.
What do I have?
Next level on Twitter. Next level D1. He has fine work at TexasFootball.com/recruiting. Hey, thanks for watching this clip here on YouTube. If you like this kind of stuff and you want more of it, make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel. And remember, you can watch us live every weekday at noon at TexasFootball.com, Facebook, Twitch, or here on YouTube. And if you want more of the best coverage of football in the state of Texas, check out TexasFootball.com and become a Dave Campbell's Texas Football Insider at TexasFootball.com/subscribe.